Hi everyone, this video presents a basic meditation practice. I find a foundational meditation practice and one that I like to use with those who are just starting out in mindfulness and meditation. And it's also really nice for those of us who have been practicing for a long time just to come back around to the basics. And so it connects you to your body, and it also gives you two focal points for any point in your waking hours to, again, just reconnect to your body and to some very important basics, and that's posture and breathing. And for this practice, you want to be vertical. It's so nice to do both horizontal and vertical practices. The electromagnetism is different, and I recommend incorporating both. However, for this one, it's really important to be vertical. I'd recommend sitting. However, if standing feels better to you, you can also stand. You can definitely do this practice standing. And so we're going to begin by just getting comfortable in whatever position we prefer. We'll take a nice deep breath just to reset. And the first thing we're going to do is just gently notice our posture. We're not going to shift it. We're just going to notice it first. And so for me, I'm noticing that I'm pitched forward a little bit. And I also feel like I'm caving in at my low and mid back and through my gut. So pay attention to what you notice about your posture. And notice how it feels, how good it feels, or how not good. Okay, so now let's make some corrections. Let's adjust our posture so that our spine is nice and elongated. And a nice elongated spine will have just a gentle tilt downward of the chin. That way the actual crown of your head points to the sky, points away from the core of the earth. So we'll tilt our chin gently downward, and if our shoulders are feeling a little off, we can sort of roll them or shrug them. And just let your hands and arms do what feels comfortable. And when we find a position that feels right, nice and straight and elongated and comfortable, we will notice how that feels. And at first it feels comfortable, and then oftentimes in time it starts to feel strained, or our muscles are acting differently to try to hold us into this nice erect posture. And so that's okay. Just notice that. Okay. And so when it comes to finding posture or any practice in meditation, we want to find the edge of our comfort zone that doesn't push us too far into discomfort, but is a little bit beyond our normal and is taking us just a little bit further. And we'll continue to follow that edge. And I recommend that you do that with your posture here in this practice. So you might want to slump back down, and maybe you do that for a second, and then you come back up into that nice erect posture. Maybe take a nice deep breath, because now we're going to close or lower our eyes. whatever feels more comfortable to you. And again, we can take deeper breaths. We want to always pull our breath in through the nose. And we can exhale through either the mouth or the nose, whatever feels better to us in the moment. And so let's just be with our breath now. Let's shift our focus, kind of like we're holding a flashlight, and we're shifting our flashlight or our laser beam from our posture to our breathing. So we're moving our consciousness. And so as we move the mind to the breath, again, we're just going to notice first. We're just going to notice how it feels the way we're naturally breathing. And then if it feels right, we can deepen and or slow down our breathing. And one thing that's helpful for this is to put a hand on our belly and feel our diaphragm actually expanding and contracting. And if we feel more movement or sense more movement in our chest, that's a good indicator that this is a nice time to pull it down into the belly, into that solar plexus region. And that'll help oxygenate all the little branches deep down in our lungs. Cleanse them out. Yeah, and so just feel how it is and notice how it is to be sitting here focusing on your breathing right now. And then let's shift our attention back to our posture and correct if it feels right. And we've probably slumped or moved in some direction. I know I did, and it felt good to recorrect that. And then before we open or raise our eyes, again, we can just do one final check-in. One thing I like to check when I'm focusing on my breathing is actually how fresh or stale the air feels. So let's do that for a minute. And then we can also notice how holding our posture like this is showing up in the rest of our body, like in the lower body, in the legs, for instance. Okay, in a moment we're going to open our eyes. And let's go ahead and do that. and just reflect to yourself how this was today. Good, bad, neutral. What was your experience like with this practice today? And it's all okay, and it's all just information to pay attention to. So thanks for practicing this nice foundational practice. I like to extend it by, at any random point during my waking hours, just remembering to have an erect posture, or just taking a moment, maybe I'm in line somewhere, whatever the case may be, to deepen my breathing and connect with my breath for a moment. So you might try that. And I wish you well.